So just in case you do not know, my director is already saying this topic is going to be genge. So we are waiting. All right, thanks for staying with us. Not many people think about housekeepers when they enter a hotel, a home, or a casino. However, housekeeping as a job can be a lot of work with little to no reward, because most don't realize that hard work is involved in housekeeping. That's why Housekeepers Week exists, to give people the opportunity to thank housekeepers for their efforts in keeping everything tidy and safe for people to be in. So since 1981, the Integrated Environment and Health Assessment officially sponsored the holiday, and since then it has spread globally as a week-long celebration for those who work in housekeeping. Housekeeping Week is a holiday that's celebrated in thousands of facilities all over the world by companies and businesses that appreciate their workers and abide by national workers regulation. So happy Housekeeping Week to all the lovely housekeepers that we have that are very diligent. I have housekeepers that I've had before. The house, when they are cleaning, the house is impeccable. Then there are some. It is, I think as they are, you know, you're supposed to be cleaning the dirt, but it's like you're adding dirt as you're cleaning, and you're supposed to be cleaning. I mean, that job actually is
a lot of work.
And guess what? It's actually not for everybody. So you can't just hire anybody to say, come and do.
Cleaning,
I have somebody that just does surface cleaning. When I mean surface cleaning, he does not know how to lift anything to sweep under anywhere. Like, so how do you keep a place clean? So if something goes to die somewhere, that's how it will be there for, you know. You know, but what's your experience with housekeepers, though?
Well, I've been quite lucky, and I do not think it's by coincidence. I have a philosophy that you can only attract who you are. And somehow I believe that I've had great house helps. I've had some nasty ones, but I've had really great house helps. And I believe that once one leaves, a better one would come. And because this is my expectation, that's exactly what I get. So my current housekeeper is really doing an amazing job. I think because today is housekeeping day, I should give her some stipend.
Yeah, you should.
Just to celebrate her, because she does a good work, and I really appreciate her work.
That's good. I'm still trying to find one. Somebody recommended one for me, though, so hopefully
I can get you an agent too.
Okay. So I'm looking for one that would, because I actually love cleaning my house. It's just the time I do not have. Trust me, when I clean my house, I feel clean, you know. But when they clean, it's something else.
Not good enough.
All right, so what did you find for us in the news, Milola?
What I found in the news is very, very interesting.
Tell me.
Now, my topic says federal government gives 10,000 naira to 1.6 million households every 2 months. That's coming from our president. Our president has decided to unpick fellow Nigerians that are considered vulnerable and poor to be given 10,000 naira bi-monthly. It's a very interesting intervention, if you would allow me give an opinion. But before I speak about it, let me just read very quickly through the news. It says the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, has revealed that the federal government will in October launch its 15 trillion infrastructure fund. This as he urged commercial banks to join efforts with the government to alleviating poverty, adding that 1.6 million poor and vulnerable households comprising more than 8 million individuals are currently benefiting from the conditional cash transfer program, which pays a bi-monthly stipend of 10,000 naira per household. Buhari said this on Tuesday in Abuja while speaking virtually at a 14th Annual Banking and Finance Conference of Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, disclosed in a statement titled, President Buhari says 1.6 million households, 8 million individuals benefiting from conditional cash transfer. Very interesting that.
So what's your take?
Nigerian, that the president considers some people poor and vulnerable. That there's no doubt that there will always be masses around us. But for people to be earmarked, what condition, under what condition do they think that, what's the criteria for selection? Because I would like to be categorized poor and vulnerable. If it gives me an access to 10,000 every 2 months,
yes.
I can add that to my living allowance, and really, I want to know the benchmark and the basis.
So it's interesting why you asked that question, because I did a small research on Google. If you go to Wikipedia, it says poverty in Nigeria, that 43% of Nigerians, right, that's about 89 million people, live below poverty line, while another 25% are vulnerable.
So if we use that statistic,
do you understand how did they arrive? 25% of 200 million people is over 1.6 million people. So how did you people arrive at this?
8 million qualified
figures?
Candidates. No, they said 8 million people are going to benefit. What's the criteria for selection? What do they have to do? Are they going to be rotating it, or is it at the moment you're fixed? Maybe they spin a lottery, and the moment your name get picked, you just get 10,000 every month. I would love to be... It's
actually very interesting, because sometimes, again, another question I would want to ask is, has money ever solved the problem of poverty?
Never.
Has money ever solved it? Because every time we do this all the time, it's like you're always giving people
papering over the cracks. It's like hiding away from the real truth and the real challenges of this country. Of all the issues that we're faced and we're plagued with, why would giving 10,000 naira to people fix anything? It brings an entitlement mentality to Nigerians. And then it starts to bring a lot of questions around why then they become a tribal war. Where they think, okay, the Northerners are the one benefiting, or a percentage of... It doesn't make sense. There are so many infrastructural problems that we can fix in this country that same amount will go into and would have a widespread effect, long term.
Thank you.
Long term, as against giving out and doling out 10,000 naira to random Nigerians every 2 months. But whatever the case may be, that has been said. Because once it has been made public, that is what the reality of our country is. Absolutely. And there is no reason why I cannot be part of that national treasure.
There's no, please, right now, I'm very vulnerable.
I'm vulnerable.
I am very vulnerable.
Wow, God.
All right, so let me quickly take a follow-up story that Jennifer was supposed to take. This is also in line with money. It says, Buhari seeks National Assembly for fresh approval of external fresh loans. According to the report, he's requested for 710 million euros and about 4.05 billion dollars. So this, he said, would be channeled towards what's it called? Infrastructure. Because, you know, it's actually interesting because on one hand, you're giving money to vulnerable, and on the other hand, you're trying to seek for funds to do infrastructure. Right? So according to the report, it says the project listed in the external borrowing plan are to be financed through sovereign loans from the World Bank, French Development Agency, Exim Bank, IFAD, and so they've said the sum. And there was a part where he said that there is a budget. I think this is supposed to pursue, yes, critical project approved by the Federal Government Council as of June 2021. So this loan is supposed to push for those. So I don't know. He has sent it to the National Assembly, but it's quite interesting. While on one hand, you are looking for money, and on the other hand, you are doling out money. So it's a bit confusing for me.
I don't know, our president and our...
So I have one final story to just take quickly, because this is a follow-up from yesterday's conversation where I think it was EC that took the story on IPOB. So the report where some people actually went to a secondary school and disrupted their WASE exams. And so now, this is from Sahara Reporters. It says the indigenous people of Biafra has promised to deal with some miscreants in the southeast region who are enforcing the already cancelled. So according to this report, the sit-at-home order is already cancelled, right? And they cancelled this as of August 13th. That was when they pronounced this sit-at-home order dissolved. But some people actually went and disrupted. So they are talking tough, saying that they will cut off the ear of anyone enforcing the Monday sit-at-home order. So I do not know where the conflict is happening. Despite all of this suspension of this movement, a lot of residents are scared of going out. And most of them, you know, especially they shun their business activities and they still remain, you know, within the confines of their home, despite the suspension. So there's a bit of conflict somewhere. Where is that happening?
There
Do you
are
understand?
always extremists.
So before you even pronounce that kind of rule, did you even check the modalities of how it was going to work? And because sometimes I'm wondering, do these people even think? I was saying yesterday that I thought they should be smarter than, you know, some of the things that they're doing, you know, because it doesn't make any sense, you know. So, but, you know, I am happy that they are coming out to say, you know what, they would, what's it called? They would cut off the ear. Maybe the person is not hearing what they'll cut off the ear of whoever is disrupting the, you know, or whoever is trying to enforce the sit-at-home order. So hopefully this will put an end.
So what was the whole essence of that in the first place? What did they get out of it?
And so they're trying to, it's for, what's his name?
I understand what the movement is about. Did they achieve the purpose?
It was never going to be successful.
So what was the point of chasing
plan?
A white elephant project?
You know, so I don't know. Some people are not just thinking. All right, so we'll take a break. When we return from the break, hopefully we'll find Jennifer. And we're going to be discussing infidelity. Biko, today we'll open phone line early so that if we just really want to be talking.
Please, let's hear you. We don't want to talk alone.
We'll be right back.